Welcome to Overdrive AF, the official podcast of Overdrive Fitness. My name is Teddy Gerzon, and I'm joined with Gina Marie Gerzon.
Hello.
As always with us, Destroyer, putting it together for us. And then Titan and Brajol are here. There are no cats wandering in and out because the door is shut since it is friggin' cold. Alright, there are some cats wandering around here somewhere.
Winter in full effect.
So, today's Saturday, January 23rd. As of last night or yesterday or something, I don't know. I know it happened in the last 24 hours. Governor Cuomo said that sports can resume in the state of New York.
Woo!
I don't know specifically when, as I've pretty much taken myself off of most social media because it's just ridiculous these days. But I do know that I saw it on Twitter. A quick second, I looked on it. Right. Then right away, Nassau County signed off on it, so they're starting right away. So it's now in the hands of the local municipalities, and they have to approve it. It's unofficial in Rockland yet, but I'm pretty sure they will be signing off on it or announcing it. If not by tomorrow, then Monday.
So
I would assume.
Stack basketball at least is coming back within the next week.
Yeah, well, I think the women's team has a game today.
Yeah.
And I don't know about the men's. I think the men are playing today, too.
Yeah.
So I think they play AIC today and tomorrow. They're playing, like, back-to-back games or something like that. So, college sports, I mean, some are going, some aren't. Who knows? I heard that I think it's almost certain that the Ivy League will not have any sports this spring. They just seem to quickly shut things down as soon as possible. But yeah, that's where we are with that. So
That's a
let's
big
see what
deal. The
happens.
kids need it.
Yeah, they definitely need it.
They need to be active. They need to be outside. They need to be moving.
There still is a lot of uncertainty out there. So, for instance, like some colleges aren't resuming until February 1st, but they won't start hybrid until March 1st or something because they want to allow the students to get back on campus and have a 2-week quarantine. Who knows what that means for sports? Some are saying they can start as early as February 16th, but if you're not really allowed to do anything within the campus, who knows what you are allowed to do? Which also leads to like 2 weeks of prep time to get game ready. So, I mean, that's where the anxiety has been building up for me because I know that a lot of coaches want to go balls to the wall when these kids get back, but you can't when they haven't done anything. And then I'm hearing other strength coaches in other schools are starting so conservatively that, like, it would take 8 weeks for these kids to get ready anyway. So, I mean, you got to find a happy medium. Like, what can you get done in a short amount of time to get them better than what they currently are? And that's it. Because no one's winning a title this spring. There's just none to give out. There's no playoffs for anything. So, people just need to suck it up and deal with it, really. Because it's either you have a season or you don't. And that's it. But one of our own, Aidan Gallagher, he is. I guess you can take it over with this. You've been talking to him more about this. Why don't you update everybody on Aidan Gallagher?
Oh, well, he literally just got off the phone with the coach at the State College of Florida in Sarasota, so the home of the Manatees. He'll be playing infield for that college. He got a full ride over there, and he just left. Literally happened like within the past, I think, 48 hours. So he went from training with us 5 days a week and up until recently doing all the live streams with us and video recordings with us up until beginning of January. And within the past 48 hours went from that to just got off the phone with the coach, full ride. I'll be playing infield, State College of Florida, Sarasota, home of the Manatees, and he's down there. met with the team last night, and he's excited. He's really excited.
So he got word on like Thursday morning, right?
Yeah, like.
And then flew out Friday. Or it was like maybe it was as early as Wednesday. But that's when everything got finalized.
No, I think it was.
Right?
Yeah, I think it was Wednesday. We were texting back and forth, and then I don't think he realized that the coach ended up calling him. He had a conversation. I guess they solidified the plans and got a plane ticket, packed his stuff, and went down with his dad. And he's in Florida. Met with the team yesterday, and I guess the future will tell. But he's really grown these past how many months? I mean, he was with us through a good portion of the lockdown and worked through the summer on the lives with us, with Desi, with Coach Lauren, Coach Kevin, Frank, and yeah, he worked hard even the past 5-6 months. I mean, 5 days a week of training, nutrition. I think it happened so fast. But this is great for him.
Yeah, Aiden's been playing baseball for most of his life. Primarily shortstop. Played some second base in high school, so he'll be playing mostly middle infield. But the last 2 years have been pretty much gone. So, like, he hasn't actually even officially played or even had an official at-bat in college yet, because his first year they had, the COVID lockdown, which was last year, and then this spring literally almost didn't have a season because RCC had canceled their season. So this is one of those things where the opportunity was there, and he took it and ran, literally. So, or flew. So, yeah. Congrats, Aiden, though, because, not everybody gets an opportunity to continue the way he is. He's got everything still available for him, so that's great. His dad's super pumped because he literally got him a plane ticket, and they both took off immediately. So, as I think they should have, it's either you play or you don't, and getting an education out of it. So, it's a big win for everybody. So, good luck to Aiden.
Yeah, I'm excited for him. We're excited for him.
Mm-hmm. This is the good Aiden, though, not the one that we always say fuck Aiden to. That's Aiden Lombardo. So, shifting over to the Lombardo household. How's your week been, Destroyer?
Not bad. I got 18 miles in again this week through the snow on a Thursday. It started snowing in the middle of my run.
Oh my goodness.
Still worked through it.
Wow.
And then I got in my workouts finally with some weights, so I was able to do some benching.
Yeah, buddy.
I really went for it.
Yeah, buddy.
And then also finished up the first college course I've taken in over a year.
And
it wasn't bad. I think I did pretty well.
Nice. What was that?
It was the communication skills and business course.
Oh, right. So it's like an intro level course?
It's like a junior level course.
What specific skills?
Emails, memos, resumes, interviews.
So, like, don't answer emails like it's a text and write K.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't get points off on most of my assignments.
That's good.
It was a good way to ease back into everything. But yeah.
KK. Period.
LOL.
It still happens.
LMAO.
Colon, close parentheses.
Yeah.
It's that
LMFAO.
semicolon, close parentheses, you got to watch out for.
Yeah.
That could lead to a sexual harassment charge right there. We don't want that.
God, you can't do anything anymore. Jeez.
Nope.
Those are saved for inter-office memos.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of the suggested responses from Gmail. Because they always give you 3 at the bottom of every email.
Yeah.
Like, sure, will do, thanks. I'm just like, fucking click. Automatically puts my signature in there so it looks like I tried.
Yeah.
And I send it. So, jump
Oh,
shot. You
man.
take any shots this week?
I tried, but it was so cold that like the ball was dead.
Mm-hmm.
It just wasn't bouncing right. So a couple free throws up, but no real jump shot practice, unfortunately.
So it's like a current Nets game. Not a lot of ball movement.
Yeah.
Not too much energy on the floor.
Yeah. ISO,
Lots of free throws.
ISO, low energy free throws.
Yeah.
Losing.
I will say I was happy with the Knicks win over the Warriors the other night. Although there's a lot behind it. People are like, well, Draymond Green got ejected, and they played a Warriors team that had just played the night before. I'm like, but a typical Knicks team would lose that game.
It's true.
So it was like, just take the win.
Yeah. New York basketball is all out of whack right now.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how. It's like the Nets have all the right players and are losing, and the Knicks have whoever they have and are winning.
Yeah. Yeah, Julius Randle's gonna be an all-star. Let that sink in.
Insane.
Not that I dislike the guy.
No.
A lot of credit to every professional
Came
athlete.
back from a broken leg in his first season. The fact that he's performing at any kind of level is.
He was like 24 as a freshman in college or something like that. So yeah, no. As far as basketball, yeah, there's that. Knicks and Nets. What the hell is going on in this city?
And then the Bills are good this year.
I know, right?
Insane stuff.
I'm hoping that they pull off the win against the Chiefs.
Yeah, I want to see them in the Super
And I
Bowl.
think they can win. I honestly think they can beat the Chiefs. Because like, even with Pat Mahomes playing, the Browns still played well against them.
Yeah, I think if there's ever a year that it's been in the cards for the Bills,
Mm-hmm.
this has got to be it, I think.
So I don't think the Chiefs' defense is that great. And I don't know. We'll see. I mean, we'll see how healthy Mahomes is. He was cleared from concussion protocol, but doesn't mean he's ready, you know?
That was scary.
Yeah, that was scary. Mostly whiplash. He didn't even really hit his head.
He's been on a roll too, man. He's got all the deals. He's on
Yeah.
TV everywhere.
He's State Farm. What
Oh
else is
my
he on? Like Head and
God.
Shoulders or
He's
something?
like the new face of the NFL.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no controversies.
Good for him,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's definitely making some money for that baby that's on its way.
Mm-hmm. He already signed a massive contract. And he signed like a $300 million contract or something.
Yeah, I thought it was one of, if not the biggest.
Yeah, I think it was the largest in
Yeah.
NFL history.
He's very talented.
Yeah.
So that's
He's
what's
very
up.
alpha. He knows where he needs to be, what to do.
Yeah, good on him.
He's on it.
Easy to root for kind of guy.
Mm-hmm. His dad was a Met.
Yeah.
That's crazy. The pitcher.
So what made him play football instead of baseball? I think we spoke about this. I feel like.
He had a choice. I mean, he was all state in all 3 sports. Baseball, basketball, and football. And he just wanted to play football.
Right,
I think he was drafted by the Yankees out of high school.
The dad?
No, the son, Patrick.
He was drafted by the Yankees?
Pretty sure. Yeah. But it was late round, so I don't think he took it that serious. He was just like, I'll try football.
All the more reason, right? We always push the athletes to be multi-sport. Right?
Yeah. Absolutely. For as long as they can handle it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they will get to a point where they'll start getting cut from teams or just not play that much. So I just don't think it's necessary for a kid to specialize in baseball at 6 years old.
Mm.
So
Makes you more versatile.
yeah, and fun. You get to be a fucking kid. So yeah. What do you want to talk about this week?
I think just kind of bringing it into, because we have one of our very good friends now who has just let us know that she's pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
So and that good friend used to train here. They moved away, but we're going to be working with her remotely. I get to see her every so often, but she looks fabulous. And it was just confirmed that they're pregnant, which is amazing. So I think that maybe just hitting the top points of exercising, how to exercise while you're pregnant, and the type of nutrition that would be most appropriate during pregnancy. Does that sound good?
Yeah, let's go for it.
And we've had some wonderful and nice success stories here, right? With pregnancy. Christine Wagner,
She was here this morning.
who was here this morning, who has 3 beautiful children. And one of those, we got to see pretty much the entire process happen, right? And I think it would be nice to have her give a little statement too, but she was literally the fittest she ever was in her 3rd pregnancy, and that's when she joined with us. And that was, I don't know, how many, 5 years ago?
Something like that.
Something, yeah. And have all my notes because I don't remember everything I'd like to say. But I think it's important. Ladies want to stay as lean as they can and as strong as they can while the baby is growing and growing safely. Exercise during pregnancy will obviously allow that larger placenta and more nutrients for the baby, the lower risk of gestational diabetes and a cesarean delivery. That's only what we've heard through the pregnant ladies in our gym, that they've had the easiest delivery. The pregnancy was, just a beautiful, wonderful, effortless thing. That increased fitness for your labor and your delivery, right? And just toting around that new baby, which is wonderful. Your faster return to your pre-pregnancy weight, which is a big deal, right? Not only are the women thinking about, okay, how do I do this not only safely, but how do I maintain my figure, and how do I get back to that pre-pregnancy weight as fast as possible? And then you're doing something good for your children, even all the way up into their 5th year of life. You're setting them up for good health, a leaner body, just healthier overall. So I think that those are big things. When we start to think about getting our fitness in check, when the doctor says, yep, you're pregnant, adjusting your goals to what's appropriate for you. So I think for women who have never exercised before their pregnancy, easing into it slowly, I think aiming for 30 minutes of activity per day just to start. So if you're going from no exercise and a seated sedentary lifestyle, maybe just some walking. But if you're used to strength training 3 to 5 times a week, there's no reason why you can't stop that. I think a minimum of 3 days a week of strength training would be appropriate for you. And again, working towards the goals. So adjusting your goals to the pregnancy. So working on maintaining and still continuing to get strong is really important. The intensity might be a little bit of a shift. So body temperature and joint support and things like that are what you want to keep in the back of your mind too. We're not necessarily focusing on losing fat or necessarily gaining muscle, but we want to focus on maintaining. I want to stay strong through the entire 9 months. I want to keep my heart healthy, keep my joints lubricated. I want to be able to carry around this, the extra little bit of weight that you will be putting on, again, which is very healthy for the baby. Keeping your body temperature under 100 degrees is going to be important. So no hot yoga, ladies. Trying to stay out of very hot, humid environments. So hydrating really well through the entire exercise. Monitoring your heart rate, so being able to carry on a conversation is going to be important. That'll allow you to help monitor your heart rate. That high and low is important. The heart does like that, but remember, you want to deliver that oxygen and nutrients to your baby. So let's just think about activities. So moving, so walking, and the running maybe in the second and third trimester, we'll start to modify that a bit, using pieces of equipment that'll allow you to go through your full range of motion and to help support your joints. Maybe the crazy plyometrics that you used to do pre-pregnancy, I'm not saying that those aren't good, but maybe we can modify those, more joint-friendly activities. We want to think about activities that are going to help support our spine. So, all these crazy crunches and lying on your belly after the second and third trimester might not be the smartest thing. So we're going to find some modifications for that. Lifts and chops and anti-rotation movements, things that are going to help support the baby, support the extra weight in front of you, and supporting your spine. Your glutes and your hip strength will be a necessity. And then maybe varying your rep ranges a little bit. So, hitting that 1 rep max, maybe we'll put that on the back burner for a little while until the baby's ready for delivery. We're thinking, within maybe the 8 to 15 rep range. So within a range that'll help keep your heart rate up, still allow you to feel strong, and you can kind of move effortlessly through your workout, and it'll allow you to get a nice workout in within that time frame. Focusing on good movement patterns. We're not using momentum to lift the weight or push the weight or pull the weight or squat the weight or deadlift the weight. And I'm not saying that deadlifting is wrong, but again, we're always finding movements appropriate for the body and the person and the time frame. So everything it depends, right? Breathing naturally, so we're not necessarily holding our breath. We're not stressing and straining to the point where the extra stress is allowing your heart rate to rise. We want that natural inhale and exhale. We're always delivering oxygen and nutrients to the baby. Extremely important. So I think those things, that should pretty much cover the exercise and the movement portion. So when we talk about nutrition, depending on how active or sedentary you are, if we're starting from a sedentary point, and we are at our ideal weight, so allowing that weight to gradually introduce itself to our body as the baby grows. It's pretty much like a funnel when the baby connects. So you have that umbilical cord, the placenta. You're delivering those wonderful nutrients to the baby, and the baby's going to continue to take. So we want to allow those nutrients to be delivered in a steady stream. So if we're more sedentary, we want to think about allowing our calories to range within maybe a 200 to 500 increase compared to what you were taking in on a normal day pre-pregnancy. Obviously on the higher end if you're much more active, more on the lower end if you were normally a lot less active. Your protein needs will obviously increase now. There's a living being growing inside of you, so we want to allow for the bones and the muscles and the tendons and the brain and the spinal cord and all of those things to prosper and to grow. So your protein needs will increase. I like to give just a standard idea of 4 to 6 palms worth of protein per day, and again that can increase within that second and third trimester. Again, that has everything to do with your genetic predisposition, your height, your weight, where you are pre-pregnancy, what your activity level is or isn't, and the needs go on. Again, it always depends. Of course, you're speaking with your doctor, your OBGYN, and again, I work with the doctors and the client, so everybody's always on the same page. Your doctor will go over those needs for your vitamins and minerals, so we want to always think about getting a variety of nutrients in. Plenty of fruits and vegetables, a variety, right? Your proteins, again, a variety. Your fats, your healthy fats and carbohydrates, again, always a variety. We want to think about all different colors of the rainbow, all different types of proteins, starchy and non-starchy carbohydrates, your fats, again, brain development, hormone development, lubrication of your joints. Like, this is all, the goal is a healthy baby, and for you to continue to be as active and feel as good as possible throughout this entire process. Your omega-3s, again, we should always be thinking about, after your doctor recommends that supplementation, your prenatal supplementation, getting all of these nutrients from whole foods. So your omega-3s, your vitamin D, getting outside, if you're not getting that from supplementation, which most likely you should be getting some of that from your supplementation, getting out into the sun 20 to 30 minutes several days a week would be ideal, especially now during the winter months. Your zinc, your folate, and again, you'll speak to your doctor with any genetic predisposition to what type of folate is appropriate for you. All those folate fortified foods, your legumes, your dark leafy greens, your iron. So again, you are supplementing, most likely, I would assume so, from your OBGYN, getting that iron from your seeds, your whole grains, of course your animal foods, or if you're plant-based foods, your nuts and your dried fruits and things like that. We want to think about vitamin B12. If those of you are more plant foods and we're not consuming any animal proteins, you should be fortifying with that. Speak to your doctor. Your calcium is extremely important also for your vitamin D consumption, not just your consumption, but for it to assimilate into your body. We want to limit our caffeine consumption. Obviously, again, you speak to your doctor. Your cured in deli meats, you want to avoid that kind of thing. So anything that's more natural, getting your protein sources from what's natural and easily accessible. Your sugar intake, get it from your fruits and vegetables, get it from your starchy carbohydrates. Listen to your body. We want to feel good. We don't want that crash and burn. We want to avoid any of those bottom dweller type fish, the larger fish, so any of the higher mercury carrying fish, so the tunas, the mackerels, and things like that. Again, speak to your doctor. We're going to avoid any kind of raw or uncooked proteins. All right, guys, so I'm sorry. I know you love your sushi, but maybe we'll just put it on the back burner until the baby is born. We'll speak to the doctor about that as well. Alcohol, I know, depending on the school of thought, back in the day it used to be avoid all alcohol. Now some doctors are saying, if you feel like having a couple of ounces of wine once a week, then have it. Again, you speak to your doctor. I'm not pushing. I think you should always speak to your doctor, of course. We are not smoking, ladies. All right, so things like that, tobacco needs to be avoided. And your supplementation, again, you should be on some sort of a prenatal. You should be getting a lot of those nutrients from all those wonderful foods that you're eating, your proteins, your carbs, and fats. Keep that variety. Hydration, your waters, your lemon waters, your teas, your seltzers, and things like that. You're always hydrating throughout the day. Okay? I think that's pretty much it. I mean, I want you guys to listen to your body. And the soft cheeses, like the unpasteurized, the blue vein cheeses, the soft moldy cheeses, we're going to avoid things like that as well. The baby is not capable of fighting those different things off yet. We're still trying to build the immune system, so we're going to put those on the back burner until the baby is born. But again, I think I covered pretty much everything. And just think about, maybe making your meals a little bit smaller, allowing for that protein and carb and fat ratio. It'll help with the nausea, maybe sipping on some ginger tea, vitamin B6. Again, speak to your doctor. That also helps with that kind of nauseous feeling as well. There's a lot of hormonal changes going on, gastric changes, digestive changes going on to allow the baby's development. There's a lot of stuff happening in that belly. So I think I've pretty much covered everything. Continue to work out. Do what feels best for you. I would definitely, if you're already strength training, don't lose that. We want to continue with that strength training and add in some sort of cardiovascular activity, yoga, breathing, things like that. And exercises that are going to be suitable for your joints. At the end of the day, you want to do what feels good to you. If you're not, if you've kind of just entering into, all right, I'm going to be in the best shape of my life for this baby. I know I haven't worked out. This is not my thing, but I want to do it. So start easy. Find a facility that will cater to you, regardless of what type of a facility it is. I think we happen to do a fabulous job. Use the information that's out there. Again, we've had plenty of pregnant moms in here that have had great success. They've been the fittest that they've been during their pregnancy and post-pregnancy. So we'd be happy to help. We work remotely with members and in person. So the app does a really good job of that, our Overdrive app. And I think that's it.
All right. So if you have any questions on how we can help you improve your pregnancy or your time through it, help raise a healthy baby, whatever you have it, whatever it may be, just reach out to us, 845-613-7262. Ask for Gina. You can email us info@overdrivefitnessny.com or slide into our DMs on Twitter and Instagram @ODFitnessNY. That's all we have for you this week on this episode of Overdrive AF, and we'll catch you guys next time.